let's go over answers for our warm-up. So finding surface area is basically finding the area of all of the different sides of the shape and then adding them together. So it's basically the area of all of the different faces. So think of it as a cardboard box or a building or something like that. You're finding the area of all the different sides to find out how much it would take to cover that entire shape. So here we have our net where everything is unfolded so we can see all 6 of our sides. So maybe we call this one the bottom. This is going to be my left and my right, my top, and then my back and front. You'll notice with the color coding, but also with the sizes, every side has a matching partner with a rectangular prism. So the left and the right are both going to be the same size, the front and the back, the top and the bottom. So the nice part is once you figure out one of their areas, you know the area is going to be the same for the other one. So let's list them out. Left, right, front, back, top, and bottom. Now you just got to go find your measurements. So start with the left. We'll see that it's 6 by 7. So 6 times 7 is 42. We know the right side is going to be the same 6 by 7. We have our 6 here, and it's the same edge of 7. Now let's do the front and back. So if I look at the back here, I'll notice that both of my measurements are here for me. It's 8 by 6, which is 48. You can see it's the same 6 here, and then this edge here is going to be the same as this one up here. So we know that one is also going to be 8 by 6. Oh, forgot to put that in there. So you'll notice that I'm just finding the area of each of these different rectangular sides. I'm always knowing that there's going to be a matching one to go with it. And then for our top and bottom. So here's the bottom edge here. So here's the bottom face. This edge here is the same as this edge down here. So it must be 8. And then this vertical edge here, I can make that one yellow so it stands out, is the same as this vertical edge here, which is 7. So now that side is 56. The top and the bottom are going to be matching. So that one's also going to be 56. And then when you get done, we simply add them all together. Adding all these up, and I'm going to end up with 292. I'm dealing in meters, so it's going to be meters, but even though it's a 3-dimensional shape, what we're really doing is finding the area of 2-dimensional sides. We're finding the area of a bunch of rectangles. So this is really area, so this is going to be meters squared. So when it's already unfolded as a net, you're really just finding the area of each of those rectangular faces and then adding them all together. Now for our second one. This time it's drawn as a prism, so we can't see all of the sides, but the idea is for each side that I can see, like this front face, there's a matching side back here that's going to be the same thing. So once I find one of them, I kind of know that there's going to be a matching partner that goes with it. Same thing here. If I find this right-hand side, I know that there's a left-hand side hiding over here with it. Okay? Same thing with your top and bottom. In a rectangular prism, there's always a matching partner for each side. So the key is find the area of the 3 sides we can see, and then we just know that there's a matching partner that goes with it. So here we can do our front face. It is 9 as a base. This vertical distance is the same as this one, so it's 9 by 15, which is 135. Let me double check my math there. Okay. Now I'm going to do this right-hand side. And you'll notice that I often like to draw on top of the shape. By kind of outlining the edges of it, it helps me focus on which face I'm trying to work on and lets me focus on which measurements I actually need. So here I have 7 along the bottom, my base, and then 15 as my height. So 7 times 15. That's going to be 105. And then the last one is the top. Oh, poor color choice. The top here, that's this edge up here. You'll notice there's no measurements drawn on this top one, but I can go find those measurements. This front edge here is the same as this edge here, so that's going to be 9. Then going up this right-hand side, so this edge here, well, that's the same as this 7 down here. So 9 times 7 is 63. Now, when you get to this point, so basically think of it as I'm going to find the area of 3 faces, the front, the top, and then whichever side I can see, the left or right. A quick way to double check to make sure I've got this set up correctly is each of my 3 measurements should be used twice. So you'll see I've got a 9 and a 9, a 7 and a 7, a 15 and a 15. That's a quick way of making sure I know I took care of all of those faces. Okay? If you notice one measurement's getting used too many times or one of them didn't get used twice, that's usually a dead giveaway that we missed something in this one. So let's go ahead and add these up. 135 plus 105 plus 63 gives me 303. And then here's the important part. You'll notice that I only found the area of 3 of the sides. But if you remember, each of them has a matching partner that goes with it. So after I found 3 of the sides, I'm going to multiply by 2 because there's another side with the exact same measurements on the other side of it. And that gives me my total of 606 inches squared. So kind of use a format that looks like this, kind of like what we did in our notes, to find the areas of the 3 sides we can see. Then we're going to multiply it times 2 for the 3 sides that we haven't calculated yet to give us our total for our surface area. So see how you did, and now it's going to be your turn to practice.